Ooh, y'all, we have got to talk about this. So I guess Love After Lockup is trying to give us what's really going on behind closed doors when, real things happen. And I don't know how real this is because it seems pretty petty, but I'm pretty sure things like this happen all the time. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have Qiana, Joella, and Demondrick. D. So the episode begins with Qiana is at the hair salon working or finishing up for the day. She ends up getting a phone call and hears some kind of news being relayed to her. Whatever it is, it has her all up and excited and just disheveled and upset. And she immediately takes off her microphone, gives it to the salon owner / co-worker, and she kind of skates off into another room or, prepares to leave for the day because whatever it is almost dire emergency that I have to leave right now. And that's what she does. While everyone in the shop is confused and trying to figure out what's going on because, how they build the suspense and intensity of an episode to make it seem like it's more than what it really is. Yeah, that's what was going on. So anyway, as she's leaving the salon, the cameraman or the production is asking Qiana, so do you want to tell us what happened? What was going on? What has you so anxious, or has your mood changed? Give us some insight. And she's basically very stoic, and she's like, yeah, nah, it's nothing that I feel like I want to talk about, nothing that I want to talk about. Her face is like straight, no emotion whatsoever. She is stoic at this moment. And the way that the vibe is, it's just like she's not talking, she's just quiet. I'm sure production is like, well, what is really going on? But she's driving during this time. And she pulls up to the house, the home that she shares with Demondrock D. And she immediately goes in the kitchen and she's like, hey, I need to talk to you for a second. And he's like, well, what's going on? Because at this point, he's already eating, snacking, and doing whatever. He's chilling at the house. She comes in all, upset and whatever. We need to talk. Take off your mics, And so he's like, well, what's going on? As she's rushing him to the back room and, closing the door behind them because they're having this very classified under wraps conversation that cannot be recorded. So it would allude to be like, well, what danger are you guys in? Like, what is really going on? So we come to find out later on in the episode, because they switching through different couples and stuff. So they come back to the next scene, and lo and behold, it appears that, allegedly, let's say that, allegedly, Qiana wrote dumb HOE across the back of Joella's Lincoln Continental. Okay, and slashed all of her tires. Now they show a picture of, it says dumb on her window, and her car is in the shop, lifted up, and I guess they're finishing up changing her tires, I guess, because she had to spend $60 some odd, or was it $600? Probably more like $600, because according to Joella, her car was on all flats. So she's blaming it all on Qiana. She filed a police report, and now we found out why Qiana was all, disheveled. Like, oh my goodness, she pressed charges on me, and now I'm assuming, are the police out to get you because you vandalized someone's car? Is that what you're upset about? I guess so. So that's basically what the situation is with them. Demondrock D goes over to Juela's house to try to see what's going on, because clearly, I believe, this is just in my opinion, she did it. Okay? Because she's giving me, her and Juela are, when I say she, I mean Qiana and Juela are giving me these immature vibes when it comes to Demon Rock. They've been going on and on, back and forth, like two gangs over one dude that, Juela has his kids, Qiana has his heart, and that's where he wants to be. And, they've just been clashing ever since. The boy is mine, the boy is mine. That's just what they've been doing. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? So this was, to me, in my opinion, Qiana, I don't know what happened, what made her allegedly, slash the tires and all of this. I hope it wasn't because Juela said, I don't want you at my birthday party. And Juela had already mentioned that somehow, some way, Qiana done went through Demon Rock, D, went through his phone and collected or retrieved some personal, intimate pictures that she shared with him and exposed them all over the internet. That's what allegedly Qiana did. And that has been snowballing. So it would lead one to believe that Qiana is the aggressor. She is the intimidator. She is the threat. She is the bully in this situation. But, Juela must also keep in mind that she's fighting for this man with all of her heart as well. And she's keeping the fuel to the fire burning. Leave him alone. Yes, y'all have children, but he has moved on. When he comes over and tries to get his little cookie in the middle of the night, tell him no. That's it. The relationship is over. And that way, Qiana and Crazy Tail don't need to be trying to fight for her man. And you trying to say, well, he's mine because I got his kids, and you trying to dangle them kids over the relationship when he's showing you, or, kind of just, this is where I want to be. But if you going to continue to let me get, what you got, then I'm going to take that. Especially when you are the type of woman that wants to dangle your children over the man's head as leverage. So, and not to make that right. Now, Demon Rock, D, he has all the onus is on him. The responsibility is on him. Everything is on him to say, no, stop, don't, I'm not moving forward. I just want to be with my kids. Stop going over to Juela's house. Stop calling her, giving her, feelings that they're of hope, or, dropping things off in her drawers. Leave her alone. And if he has done that and it's Juela that can't give up, then that's on Juela. And Qiana needs to look, this is the dude that you got. When you start interfering or impeding on the livelihood of someone else just to get your get back or be vindictive over a man that is contributing to all of this still happening, you have a problem. But I'm getting off of my soapbox and getting back on task. So that is what's going on with them now. Demondrick was over to Juela's house trying to get to the bottom of it, explaining trying to get an understanding what is really going on. Is it you that did it? I heard word on the street is that you, I'm putting it together that it might have been you that filed this complaint against Qiana. Do you think that that's true? Now, meanwhile, Juela has been dropping little gems. I guess he was helping her with the groceries or something, bringing them in the house. And he was like, okay, made like a little sarcastic joke about her having money. And she was like, yeah, and it costs big money for me to pay that $600 to them tires too. So, he's getting all of these shots that she's, shooting and all that kind of stuff. And that's when he was basically saying, I'm putting all this together, and it makes me believe, or it would lead me to believe, that it was you that filed the complaint against Qiana. So are you trying to say that you think she did that? And of course, Joella was like, yeah, I believe she did it. She's behind everything else. She's the one who put my pictures all out on Facebook for the world to see. She's been harassing me. She's been doing this, that, A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3. I don't see why it could not be her, right? So basically, Demon Rock is trying to tell her, like, look, you were taking this to a whole nother level with your pettiness. This is something that can be handled between all of us, but for you to go file a police report and getting the police involved, it implicates me, because I'm sure, with him still being on probation, just recently getting out, he is trying to protect himself, self-preservation as well, and he don't want to be involved in nothing that got nothing to do with the police, nothing to do with him being involved in anything illegal or contributing to no foolishness that can jeopardize his freedom. So I get that. And in addition to his livelihood or his partner, because if Qiana is, I doubt that she's going to go to jail or anything like that, but that's going to affect her ability to contribute to their household in more ways than financially, just all together as a whole. That affects him as well. So let's go ahead and smooth this out between all of us. But Joella's like, no, I got to put a stop to it, because when will it end? When will it end? So they do a confessional with Demon Rock, D, and Qiana, and they're sitting in the bedroom, kind of, it's giving me you did it, but you're trying to play like you didn't do it in front of the cameras, because the way y'all asking each other questions, did you do it? And she has like this, pause face, and no, did you do it? And of course he's like, no, I didn't do it. Just this, the whole exchange was very telling. It was very, it implicated you in a lot of ways. It almost looks like y'all know y'all did it. You know what happened, but you don't want to admit fault on national TV, because according to Demon Rock D, when production asked him, or asked Qiana about, the alleged incident, Demon Rock D, he got all upset, pulls off his microphone, runs to the side of the camera and was like, look, y'all can't be talking about this. Y'all can't be talking about this. They're really trying to press charges against her. Then he's trying to protect Qiana and just not trying to talk about it at all. And I get it. Anything that has to do with anything legal, implementing me in anything wrong, let's not talk about it on camera. Let's keep all of that off camera. I'm not trying to self-snitch. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm just trying to get this little show money. I'm just trying to do what we came to do, talk about our little relationship, make up some bull crap, and get paid. But now, since Joella has added another layer, she took her position to a whole nother level. She was like, well, y'all want drama? I'm trying to stay on the show. Y'all trying to stay on the show. We need a storyline. This is what I'm going to do. Now, how true the storyline is, y'all, I don't know. I don't care. I'm just telling y'all what I saw. And what I saw was like, ooh-wee. They got a whole lot going on. You always got some stuff going, is what I wanted to say. But yeah, that's where they are in the relationship with that. And I'm here to see how this all unfolds. At first, we already know prior to this, I haven't been able to keep up with posting or anything like that. But the prior episode before that, it was a big deal that Joella's having this birthday party for her son that she shares with Demon Rock D, And she has uninvited Qiana. She doesn't want Qiana to be there because of her exposing her intimate pictures that she shared with D on the internet. So she had a major violation. And because of that, she's like, look, your wife, girlfriend, fiance, whatever you want to call her, has violated me. Why would I want her at my child's birthday party? Now, our child wants her son to be there, and that is okay. You can bring the son, but I don't want her around. I don't want her there. And of course, y'all know Qiana is fighting. She wants to be at that party because she feels like that would probably be her get back. Well, you came to the family barbecue uninvited by me and, caused the scene. So I'm going to come to your party uninvited by you. And, the common person in the middle is D, because he's saying, oh, you can still come. This is all for the children. Da, 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 da. You know what? In this situation, Qiana doesn't need to be there. Yes, that's your girl. She's not your wife yet. And even if she was, if that is a situation that is full of, if it has too much going on, it would damper down the environment. It's not the right time or the place to have that kind of adult tension when it's supposed to be circled around the child. So if Qiana says, yeah, my son can come, don't be vindictive and say, well, if I can't come, my son can come, because it's not about you. The child wants your son to be there for his birthday party, but you want to sit up here and cut up and act a fool just because you want to be up under Demandrot D and, let it be known that you are the queen bee in the relationship when you're really not, because he still got her as the worker bee doing stuff. So let me go ahead and cut this short, because I will keep going on and on and on and on, and I want to keep this below 15 minutes if I can, 10, and I'm already at 17. So thank y'all for listening. Click on my next video for the next one, and I will see y'all later. Bye.